Evening.
Good evening, Anne. How are you?
Yes, I'm great, great.
Yeah,
And how are things with you?
yeah. Actually, it's going to be fine, and yeah. So, actually, yeah. Of course, it's going to be a tough day. It's going to be a tiring day. Yeah,
Yeah.
because of we do have a lot of children. We do have a lot of students in school.
Yeah,
So, but anyway, life must go on, right? So
yeah,
the life must not going to stop in there. So we should have to continue moving
yeah.
forward, right,
Life
Anne?
and work. Yeah,
Yeah, so because that's work, okay? Any work in this world, it's going to be also tiring, right? So there is no
yeah,
work that you will not going to be tired. So most likely, you will be tired because you're doing, okay, you're doing your part in a certain or a particular job or work, right? Because if you
yeah.
are not tired, that means you're not doing your job well, right?
Yes, of
But
course.
if you're tired, that means you're doing your job very well, okay?
Yeah,
And doing that very harder, okay? And so it's going to
yes,
be 1 week that we weren't able to have our lesson, right? So
yeah.
how did you spend your 5 day vacation?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yes. Actually, we have 4 day holiday.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And I just stay at home and read book
Ah,
and yes, and surf internet
yeah.
and yes, enjoy the holiday with my
The holiday
family. Yeah,
with your family. So that's going to be very what is one very interesting part, right? Because
yeah,
you were able to spend your holiday with your family, right? Say,
yeah,
and you were going to treasure that one, okay?
yeah,
That would be it, right? So
yeah.
you're back already in
Yes,
your yeah, okay.
I bet I turned back. I came back to the Ho Chi Minh City uh, before the holiday.
Okay. So you spend your holiday in there, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
and today is the first day we come back to work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's it. Okay. But here in the Philippines, we don't have holiday except for those who doesn't have classes because of the typhoon. Okay. We have
Oh,
three. Yeah, we have three typhoons um struck here in the Philippines. Okay.
last week,
Yes, so
really?
it was just yesterday. Until now, actually, we still have the third typhoon, and that's going to go out in the area of responsibility of the Philippines.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't notice the the um, uh, the new, but
Mm.
uh, now I know that's why um, uh, it's a very heavy rain in Da
Actually,
Nang city
oh,
these
also
days.
there. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah. So that's the reason why, right?
yeah,
Okay, so moving on now, Anne, right?
yes,
With our lesson now. Okay, let me share the presentation to you now. Okay, I hope you can see it, Anne. Can you see it?
yes, yes. I can
Yeah,
see it.
very good. Okay, now last time we were able to talk about on the focus on when it comes to money, right? So we already matched its verb with an expression. Like for example, when you borrow, you were going to say borrow
Money.
money from bank. So we don't say that borrow money from okay but of course we can also say that, right? If you wanted to borrow money from other person, you may also use borrow money from someone, right? if you
Yeah.
need, if you want to borrow a particular money with someone, okay? But when it comes to borrowing, of course, we can also say that it's going to be lending, right? So lending is another word for borrowing, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, next, when you say lend money to someone. Okay, this is now the two different words, right? But the most updated and the most correct one to say would be borrow money from the bank. And when you say money to someone, that's going to be lend.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the proper way, huh? You are going to say, I'm going to lend money to you or from
Yeah.
you. So we do not say, can I borrow money to you? Okay, so borrow is just only
Oh.
used, okay, to the bank. Okay,
Yeah.
you can borrow money from the bank, but the proper way is lend money to someone.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's say, for example, can I lend money to you? So you have to use lend instead of saying, can I borrow money to you? But actually, people may use that one because we were used to that, right?
Yes. Yeah.
We were used to say, can I borrow money from you? So we used to say that. But the most correct one is lend rather than borrow. Okay, Anne? Okay.
Yeah.
And then when you say withdraw money from your account.
Correct.
Deposit, okay, deposit means a check
It's
into your account, right? And then arrange an overdraft. Okay, now we also completed this one. So we have to use the preposition. So prepositions mean that it's going to
in add
be.
on.
Yes, okay. So examples of prepositions would be up, in, okay? It's going to be a place, right? It's going to be a place, up, okay, up in the sky, right? Down there, besides, below. So those are examples of prepositions. So in using these particular prepositions, you have to remember, okay, that it's going to be uh, sometimes these words are very simple, okay, but sometimes we cannot use them correctly, right?
Yes.
Sometimes we miss up, right, in using prepositions. We don't
Yeah.
know if it is in, if we are traveling and riding bus. So what preposition we are going to say? Are we going to say riding in a bus or riding on a bus?
I think riding on the bus.
Okay, riding on the bus. Why is it on?
Actually, last yesterday
Mm.
I saw videos on Facebook. Uh,
Ah, using
one foreign,
preposition,
yes, one foreigners talk about the
the use of the on and
preposition
yeah, the
preposition
in and the on.
when
Okay.
in the car, in the
Yes.
taxi, but on the boat, on the
On the
plane,
bus, on the
uh,
plane.
on the bus, because
Yes.
he told us when you stand up, your head can touch the roof.
It's
That
on.
would be in,
Ah, okay, in. Okay.
yeah. And when you stand up, you cannot touch the roof
The
of
roof,
plane, the post, the bus. So that could be
that's on.
on,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yes. So now you've learned, huh? You have to remember that one, Anne, okay? So sometimes we use that one, right? We were going to say, I ride in a boat. Okay.
Right in the boat, yeah.
Yes. Sometimes people may use that, right? I ride in a boat. but the most correct one is I ride on a boat, right?
Yeah.
And it's going to be actually all of them are moving. Like for example, I'm riding I'm riding in a taxi. Okay? So why is it in? Although it's also moving just like the bus, just like the airplane. Okay? And you are right when you say if if you were going to stand up and you will not going to touch the roof of that particular place or that particular vehicle, because we
Yeah.
call that one as vehicles, right? Vehicles that would be transportation. So if we're riding on a bus, on an airplane, in a taxi, we use that particular prepositions. But
Yeah.
if we don't know how to use that, it's going to be it's going to be difficult, right? That's
Yeah.
why rules must going to we must to understand the rules, right? And you are
Yeah.
right, Anne. Okay,
Yeah.
so pay in check. Okay, take out a loan, fall in or fill out or fill in rather an application form or fill out an application form. Okay, so what's the difference? I already explained this one to you, right? When say
Yeah.
fill in, you need to, there's a, let's say for example, there's a blank, right? There's going to be a blank in there, another blank. So all you need to do is you need to fill this in, right?
Yeah.
Okay? Okay, fill this blank. Okay, this in. Then when we say fill out, in general term, you need to do this. We need to fill out all the informations of the
Yeah.
application form. Okay, but when we say fill in the blanks, right? We don't say fill out the blanks.
Yeah.
So it should be fill in the blanks.
Yeah. I
Okay?
get it.
Yeah, so that would be it. Next, apply for a mortgage. We don't say apply in a mortgage. So it
Yeah.
should be for a mortgage. Invest in
Mm.
a company. Okay? Yes.
Yeah.
Why don't we say invest on a company? Why is it in?
I don't know.
That's also,
That's
yeah,
the
see?
language. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, the use of the in, the use of the on, it's going to be also difficult if you don't have any idea about that one, right? So invest in a company, something that within. That's why we say in, right? Because it's within a particular company. So that's in,
Yeah.
okay? Within. Like for example, pay in a check. Okay, so it's going to be within that particular check.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, so that's pay in. We don't say pay out a check, because if you are going to pay out a check, you will going to what is on, you will going to pay that particular person for the services that he or she rendered to you. That's pay out, right? But when say
Yeah.
pay in, that means you are going to pay, you're going to give that check to that uh, particular cashier maybe, or a teller, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that would be it. And so do you have questions with that?
Um.
No more.
Um. One question, please.
Sure.
Check check out alone.
Mm.
Check out. That mean you uh you
Your loan has
give
been approved. Yes, so
check
you
out.
can
That
you can
mean
take
you
out a loan.
check out. That mean you give the bank enough money.
No, when you say take out a loan, that means your application has already been approved. Let's say, for example, you were going to have a loan. You were going to apply for a housing loan, let's say, right? So the bank already approved your housing loan. So that's
Yeah.
the time that you can take out a loan.
Oh, yeah. I
Okay?
got it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's it.
No more
Okay?
questions,
No
please.
more question. Okay, so moving on now. Now, for the listening activity, Anne, it's going to be understanding details. So the situation in here, can you please read this one, Anne?
Raymond from Hong Kong is working in Canada and decided to open a savings account. Listen to the bank clerk explain various saving accounts. Tick the account Raymond chooses.
Okay, chooses.
Chooses.
Yes. So we have to listen to a bank clerk. So when we are talking about a bank clerk, okay, that's going to be someone who is assisting you, okay, inside the bank. So that's a bank clerk,
Yeah.
right? But a
Clerk.
bank teller is different from a bank clerk. Remember that one, Anne, huh? Okay,
Bank teller.
yes, a bank teller is different from a bank clerk. Okay?
How are they different?
Okay. A bank teller is the one who's going to withdraw if you wanted to withdraw money. Okay, so
Yeah.
the bank teller we're going to help you count the money that you withdraw, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and then if you wanted to deposit, the bank teller will going to transact also with you. But a bank clerk is the one sitting outside the teller booth. Okay?
Oh,
So
yeah.
all of these are tellers. Teller 1, teller 2, teller 3. Okay? So the purpose of that is to what's one? To accept deposit and to count money if the client are withdrawing money. So that's
Yeah.
the purpose of the teller. But they are not transacting businesses to the client because that is just only their work. But a bank clerk is the one transacting business. Like for example, right? Okay. So are you going to have a loan with us? Are you going to apply for a loan? So whose task is that? It's the task of the clerk.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because here in the Philippines, and we have okay, our bank is in here. When you open a new account, so where are you going to go? You need to go to the application. So
Yeah.
application and processing of your papers, okay? And the one who's going in charge for that is the clerk. So we
Yeah.
call that one as bank clerk,
Yeah.
okay? Okay. Same also in Vietnam.
I think that's the same.
That's the same. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's try to hear now Raymond, right? Okay. So just for a while. Okay, what number is that? What truck? Truck number 11. Okay, let's try to listen, Anne.
Recording 11.
I'd like to open a savings account, please.
Certainly. Which type of savings account do you want?
What do you have?
Well, if you have a lump sum to invest, I'd recommend our First Reserve account. That has an interest rate of 3.5% paid annually, but you must have at least $5,000.
No, I was thinking of saving around $100 a month, actually.
Okay, so our Bonus Saver account might be better. That has an interest rate of 3%. Interest is paid every 3 months.
Can I take the money out if I need it?
Yes, but you must give 30 days notice before you can make a withdrawal.
Oh, I see. Actually, I want an account where I can get at the money immediately.
Then you should have our regular saver account. It's instant access. The rate is 2.3%. Interest is paid monthly, but there's a penalty if you take money out.
What do you mean by penalty?
Well, if you withdraw money, then you won't get any interest for that month.
Oh, I see. Do you have an internet savings account?
Yes, we do. That's our e-savings account. The interest rate is 4.1%. It's paid every month. You have to save at least $75 every month. Our e-savings account is instant access, too.
Does that mean I can get at the money immediately?
Yes, and there's no penalty.
Maybe I'll have that one then.
You have to apply online for that. We can't do it here in the branch.
Okay, well, thank you very much for your help.
Okay. So what do you think would be the account Raymond chooses?
I guess e-saving
Yes.
account.
So it's going to be e-savings account. Okay. Actually, um, Raymond, okay, or the bank clerk informed him first what about first reserve, right? But
Yeah.
when he heard that it's going to it has a penalty, it has the so-called
5,000.
yeah, you need to pay for at least 5,000. So he was able to decline that one, right? He
Yeah.
refused that. Okay, and then the bank clerk also offered the bonus saver. And finally, he offers also regular saver, but Raymond doesn't want like that one because there's a penalty if you were going to, let's say, withdraw instantly, something like that, right? That's
Yeah.
why he come up with the e-savings account, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now moving on. Now let's try to listen again and fix some mistakes in the form below. Okay, let's try to listen.
Recording 11.
I'd like to open a savings account, please.
Certainly. Which type of savings account do you want?
What do you have?
Well, if you have a lump sum to invest, I'd recommend our first reserve account. That has an interest rate of 3.5.
Okay. So how much is the interest rate? It's going to be 3.5, not 2.5. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let's try. Is it when the interest is paid annually? Let's try. Okay.
Percent paid annually,
Okay.
but you must have at least $5,000.
Okay, so the first reserve, it's going to have an interest rate of 3.5% and it can be paid annually.
Annually, yeah.
But the conditions would be at least,
5,000.
okay, not 15,000. It's going to be only 5,000.
Going. Yeah.
Yes, okay? Okay, let's try to continue on.
No, I was thinking of saving around $100 a month, actually.
Okay, so our bonus saver account might be better. That has an interest rate of 3%. Interest is paid every 3 months.
Can I take the money out if I need it?
Yes, but you must give 30 days notice before you can make a withdrawal.
Okay, so for the bonus saver, how much is the interest rate?
3%.
Yeah, this one's
That's
correct. Yes. When the interest is paid, when it will be paid
3 months.
every 3 months. So this one is also correct. Okay, but the conditions,
The 30 days notice for
yes.
withdraw.
Yes, so it's going to be 30 days, not 20 days. Okay? Notice before withdrawal. So you cannot easily withdraw your money because you need
Yeah.
to wait for 30 days, right? Before you can withdraw the money. What if it's going to be emergency, right?
Yeah.
So you need to wait for 30 days before you can withdraw. Oh,
Yeah.
that's bad, okay? Okay, next.
I see. Actually, I want an account where I can get at the money immediately.
Then you should have our regular saver account. It's instant access. The rate is 2.3%. Interest is paid monthly, but there's a penalty if you take money out.
What do you mean by penalty?
Well, if you withdraw money, then you won't get any interest for that month.
Oh, I see. Do you have an internet savings account?
Yes, we do. That's our e-savings.
Okay. Now let's try to check this one, right? The regular saver. So how much is the interest rate? Is this correct, Anne?
I heard 3 bond.
Okay, actually this one is correct. It's
It's
2.3%, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but it's paid every
Every
month, okay? So it's paid every month, not every 2 months. So it's going to be every month, right? Okay.
Yes.
And the conditions, is this correct? No interest paid if withdraw money.
I think
Yes.
it's correct. Yeah.
That's correct. Okay. Okay, but again, okay, you were going to pay 2.3 in monthly basis, right? Okay, next. What about the last account?
The interest rate is 4.1%. It's paid every month. You have to save at least $75 every month. Our e-savings account is instant access, too.
Does that mean I can get at the money immediately?
Yes, and there's no penalty.
Maybe I'll have that one then.
You have to apply online for that. We can't do it here in the branch.
Okay, well, thank you very much for your help.
Okay, so what about for the e-savings on?
Interest rate, I heard 4.1.
Yeah, that's correct. So it's 4.1, right? It's not 4.5, so this one is wrong. And then when it is paid, this is
Every
correct.
month, that's correct.
Yes, but the conditions,
So
save
at
at least,
75.
yes, so save at least 75% or dollars per month. Okay, and of course, Raymond chooses, okay, to invest for a savings account. Okay, Anne?
Yes.
Okay, now let's try to move on. Now, why is it we need to understand this one? Why do we need to understand this?
Because when we have a lot money and
Yeah.
you want to save up to do something,
Yes.
I think save up money, give money to the bank.
Yeah.
Is one
That's
of
correct.
the way to save up money.
Yeah. Okay. Because if you don't know, because actually bankers or people who works or who work in a bank, they offer you those who are higher interest rate first. Okay? They don't offer a lower interest rate.
Yeah.
Okay? This one is higher compared to this one, but they don't offer this one because it's just only $75 per month, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not that big amount of money. But in here, it's going to be 5,000. So the condition,
Sometimes they
and that's
don't
going to
mention
be
it.
annual.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so that's why if you don't know how to ask questions, they will not going to tell you this one first, right? That's what happened to Raymond. If Raymond don't know or doesn't know that there's an e-savings, he will just going to say, okay, so I just have to get that one, okay?
Yeah.
And remember, for the bonus saver, he cannot withdraw automatically. So you need to wait for 30 days notice before your withdrawal. So what if it's going to be emergency, right? So you cannot withdraw the
Withdraw.
money right away, right? Okay, so if Raymond doesn't know how to ask questions, and then he will just going to satisfy with this, okay?
Yeah.
because the bank clerk will not going to what to mention all of these things
Yeah.
if Raymond did not able to ask question, right? Oh,
Yes.
okay, so that's the importance of that one. Why do we need to understand them? Okay, next, for the speaking, confirming details. So these are also understanding the details, right? So we need to understand all the details in here. That's why it's very important. Also in your work as a doctor, you should have to understand the details. You should be very detailed on, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you should have to check everything, because if you will not going to check everything, of course that's life, right? You are handling
Yeah.
people, you're handling person, you're handling a very sensitive part of our body, and that would be the eyes, right? It's
Mhm.
okay to cut one fingers, okay, one finger of yours, rather than to
Oh,
lost
one
your
lost one eye.
eyes.
Yeah.
Yes, right? So it's okay to cut one of your fingers rather
Yeah.
than to lose your eyesight. Okay?
Yeah.
Because the eyes is also one of the most important parts of our body.
Yeah.
Okay? It's okay to cut the nose, right?
Good to
Because
know.
sometimes person, if you do have a money, you can be able to have an operation, right? You can
Yeah.
you can do the rhinoplasty, if that would be the
Plastic
right
no
plastic
operation.
surgery, plastic operation, right? So you can be able to make your nose taller.
Yeah.
It's going to be pointed if you want, if you have the money, right? It's
Yes.
okay to what do we call this one? It's okay to have the clifflet or palate, right? That right, because
Yeah.
it can be operated. But once your eyes had been lost, yes, there's an operation, but we don't know if it's still working or not, right? And
Yes. It may
yeah,
be lost vision.
yes, okay. So that would be it. So that's why it should be very, very important to understand the details. Okay, next, confirming now details. So how do we confirm? Okay, the doctor explained everything. You have an eye cancer. Oh my God. Okay, if the doctor will just going to say, oh my God, if I heard that thing, you have an eye cancer. Do you have
Yeah.
that? Do you have also eye cancer? And
Yes.
ah,
Um,
really? Oh,
sometimes uh, we 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 met some patients have uh, cancer
on the eye.
in is cancer in the eyes often almost come arrive from the the orbital tissue or the this one this
Yeah.
uh, then in the eye bone.
Oh, so you need to operate that.
Yes, I just yes, my boss often operation that kind of
Mm.
operation, and I just um help him.
Oh yeah. So you
Yeah.
assist. You assist that one.
Because when that it it is that my is cancer, we have to remove
Ah.
on the eye the tissue around the bone.
Oh.
Yes, it's a very hard uh, surgeon. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's going to be very
That's
tough
terrible.
surgery also. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a terrible because oh my God. So you will going to lose your eye, right? Your
Yeah.
one of your eyes. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have to take good care of our eyes, right? It's
Yeah.
going to be very important because if you don't have an eyesight, what happened? You will just going to
What
do like
happened?
that, right?
Yeah.
So, okay. So, how are we going to confirm details? So, making sure you understand. So, let's try to underline the phrase Raymond uses to make sure he has understood correctly.
Yeah.
Okay, according to the bank clerk, our e-savings account is instant access to. So, in this particular sentence, or phrase, which do
Uh,
you think would be?
does mean, I guess.
Okay.
The phrase does mean.
Yes. So in this particular one, it doesn't have this particular phrase that okay, you that Raymond understood, right? So that would be on the, of course, from Raymond's part, right, or Raymond's side. Okay. So does that mean I can get
Does
the money immediately? So you are confirming now if he was able to hear correctly or not, right? So you
yeah.
confirm. Let's say, for example, I heard you saying to me, Anne, okay, you have a an acute what is one eye ailment. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. So you have an eye cancer. So I am going to confirm to you. Oh, that does mean that I may lost my eyesight. So
Yes.
that is how you are
Uh,
going to confirm, right? So does that mean,
so that means.
yes, that's why you are going to confirm to the doctor. Okay, doc, that does mean, or does that mean that I may have only 1 month to live? Okay, so you need to confirm that, right? So if the doctor would say, I'm sorry, but I have to tell you that you have a cancer.
Yes.
Then, of course, on the part of the person, you were going to say, does that mean, doc, that I may only live for a month or 2 months or 3 months or 1 year? Tell me, doc. Okay. So
Yeah.
the patient now will start to overreact, right? So
Yeah.
if that would be the case, and let's say for example, if that would be the case, so what how are you going to let the patient be calm?
Let the patient become.
Yeah, be
Uh,
calm because oh my God, I will going to die only for 1 month,
no.
doc. Tell me, am I going to die? That does mean that I am going to die soon?
Yeah. Maybe I will calm down the patient, and maybe I will um, um, say, say talk to they that the cancer uh, uh, we can operate
Make
first. Yes.
yes,
After
okay.
that, um, you maybe need some more treatment, uh, like chemotherapy, and it
Yes.
may and your time maybe longer
Yes, so you are going to prolong, right?
and long.
Actually, cancer patients, they have only little time left in this
Yeah.
world. But because of that particular uh, chemotherapy that the doctors are recommending, you just prolong the life of the person,
Yeah.
but you will going to die, right, Anne? Because that's cancer,
Yeah.
terminal cancer. That means you just have to admit to yourself that
Yes.
your life is just only little.
Yes. And how long will work? Uh, the patient will prolong. It depend on a lot of
Yes,
things.
that's
The yes, the
correct.
treatment, the mention, the
That's
mental.
correct. Definitely, you're a doctor, Anne, okay? Because that's the advice of being a doctor, right? Doctor do not say, okay, we're going to do
Because
something. Yes, yes, Anne,
we
okay.
we cannot we cannot tell
The patient.
the patient the time 1 month
Yes.
2 months. I can't.
Yes.
The doctor
That's
cannot.
correct.
Yeah.
You cannot because you're not God. You're not a
Yeah.
God, right? You cannot tell the patient, but of course, we cannot also blame also the patient. They're feeling like that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's painful actually to accept that you're dying, okay?
Yeah.
But I want to know, when am I going to die? Am I going to die tomorrow? Am I going to die today? 2 months, 3 months? I want to know, doctor. Okay? So patients like that, right? Huh?
Yeah.
They're very hysterical during that time.
Yeah.
They're very emotional and at the same time. Okay? So, but actually, doctors here in the Philippines can also detect, let's say, for example, you may only lived 1 year or up to 2 years. Okay?
Oh.
Sometimes, yes, sometimes doctors can also say that one to the patient, right?
Yeah.
And that's it. So that's life. We can't do something about that because doctors are not God.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can cure sickness, but if the
Just
person
limit.
is going to
Yeah.
die, you cannot do something about that anymore, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that would be it. So all you need to do, you are right, because all you need to do is you just have to advise that person that, oh, don't lose the hope. Okay?
Oh.
There's lose, okay? Don't lost or lose hope, right? Lose hope.
Ah, yes.
Yeah,
Luha.
don't lose hope. There's still treatment for your condition. If you are going to follow the treatment procedure that I am going to recommend to you, it will prolong your life.
Yeah.
See? That's
Yeah.
the better answer, right, Anne?
Yeah.
You're a doctor. You're the best doctor.
Yeah.
Okay? Okay. So, of course, the bank clerk would say yes, and there's no penalty. So, the word or the phrases that would make sure, okay, that you do understood the details correctly would be, does that mean, right? Okay. Now, here are also other expressions you can use. You can also say, so in other words, doc, I am going to live only for 1 month. See? So in other words, doc, you mean to say, right? So you're saying that, doc, I may live longer if I will going to follow your advice. Okay,
Yeah.
so you're saying that. Or you can say, do you mean, doc, that my condition is worst? Okay, so do
Yeah.
you mean, right? Or you can say, so that means, doc, that my condition is worst. So that means, right? So these are now the expressions that we can use in confirming the details.
Yeah.
Okay? Okay. Because sometimes, especially you doctors, right? Actually, if I am the patient, actually, and if I saw a doctor, if I see a doctor, my heart keeps on pumping.
Yeah.
Okay, but actually, I wanted to become a doctor. Okay,
Yeah.
that's my dream. I want to become a doctor. Ever since when I was still young, I wanted to become a doctor. I wanted to become a surgeon. Okay, a
Surgeon.
surgeon. Yeah, a mind surgeon. Okay, that's my dream. But when I became a patient, when I see a doctor, my heart keeps on pumping. Oh, the doctor is there. The doctor will going to say, is it a bad news or is it a good news, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because when I was in the hospital because of COVID, I was infected COVID for 3 times, right? I
Yeah.
mentioned that one to you, okay? So when I was in the hospital, actually, I hate saying doctors or seeing doctors. But
Yeah.
I want them to come and check me, okay?
Yeah.
But when I see them, oh my God, okay? Because
Feel
the
afraid.
doctors,
Yeah.
yes, the doctor keeps on saying, okay, I want to inform you of your condition. To uh would you like to what is one? Would you like me to say the bad news first or the good news first?
Yeah.
Actually, my doctor, yes. Actually, my doctor say that one to me, and
and
so
and what what was
yeah.
the best
Actually, he
view?
keeps on he keeps on joking, actually. Okay. Every
Yeah.
time he wanted to check on me in my room, he keeps on telling me a joke. Okay, you know what? According to him, you know what? If you will not going to eat, if you will not going to take vitamins, if you will not going to have an
Oh,
exercise, okay, you will not going to go out in this hospital. He keeps on telling me that one. Okay.
yeah.
You want me to tell you the bad news or you want me to tell you the good news, according to my doctor? So I told him, "Oh, doc, would you don't tell me the bad news. Can you tell me the good news?" Okay.
You just want to hear the good news?
Yes, I just wanted to hear the good news, but I don't want to hear the bad news.
Yeah.
Yeah. But actually, as a doctor, of course, that's your job, right? To tell whether it's a bad news or whether it's a good news, right? Okay.
Yeah.
He keeps on telling me, okay, the good news is your condition is improving a
Yeah.
little bit, according to him. Your condition
Moving a
is
little bit.
improving a little bit, according to him. And the bad news is you cannot go out yet.
Yes.
You
I
need to
can get
stay.
the bad news.
Yes.
Yes.
So that's the bad news, okay? Oh my God. So if I heard that, okay, oh, I wanted to go out. I don't want to stay here in the hospital anymore, right?
Yeah.
Okay? So that's how you're going to confirm. Now, for the speak up activity on, you are going to hear 5 statements. Use the expressions in exercise 1 in here and 2 to reply to each statement confirming the details. So you can use does that mean? So in other words, you're saying that, do you mean? So that means, so you can use that one. Okay? Now, for our example, can you please read this one, Anne?
The interest rate is 5%, but if you have over $25,000
Dollars invested,
into invested, then
invested,
invested, invested,
yes,
then
yes,
it's good to
goes up,
5
goes up. Remember
go,
the okay, goes up,
then it goes up
goes up
to
to
goes up to
Yes.
3.5%.
Okay, so you are going to say,
So
so that
that's
means, if
if
I
I save over $25,000,
I'll
I'll get
get
5.3%
3.5%
interest.
interest. Okay, so oh, that means
Interest.
yeah, so that means they can get an interest, right? An interest of 3.5 if they were going to deposit at least $25, okay? If they were going to invest, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, but they cannot be able to withdraw the money right away, right? So that's the problem. Okay, so let's try to hear on. Okay, that's going to be 12.
Recording 12. A.
The interest rate is 3%, but if you have over £25,000 invested, then it goes up to 3.5%.
So that means if I
So
B.
that's
This is a 3-year bond, and the
wait for a while, huh? It's going to be very, very fast. Okay.
yeah. So
So
that means if I save over £25,000, I'll get 5.3% interest.
yes. Okay, let's try to go back on, huh?
Recording 12. A.
The interest rate is 3%, but if you have over £25,000 invested, then it goes up to 3.5%.
So that means if I save over £25,000, I'll get 5.3% interest.
Yes. So 3.5 interest. Okay,
Interest.
next.
B.
this is a 3-year bond, and the amount you invest is locked away for the whole term.
So this is a 3-year band. Okay.
3 years band.
Yes.
A 3-year band.
So when we say a 3-year bond, that means there's a bond between the bank and the client. Okay, there's an agreement. So bond is also considered to be an agreement. So that's a bond. Okay, so the client should have to agree. Let's say, for example, if you are going to invest money from to us, okay, then you can get a percentage interest of that money, but you cannot withdraw that easily. So that's a bond. That's an agreement. If you sign that agreement, you cannot be able to withdraw your money easily, right? So that is what we mean by a bond, okay? So what do you think would be our answer for this particular statement?
So that means if I have 3 years bond,
Okay.
I cannot.
Okay, yes.
Can,
Okay. I
I
cannot
cannot
withdraw
withdraw the money.
the money. Okay. Or you can also say, do you mean that I can't withdraw the money for 3 years? Right? Okay, so
Yeah.
that is what we mean that do you mean that I can't withdraw the money for 3 years? So the bond is 3 years. The agreement is 3 years. So
Yeah.
if it's not yet 3 years, you cannot withdraw. See?
Yeah.
Okay. So you need to wait for 3 years before withdrawing that money. Okay. You can also use so. In other words,
In other words,
I cannot
withdraw the money
for
for 3
3
years.
years. Okay, so it's asking question, right? Or you can also say, you're saying that I can't withdraw the money for 3 years. So you can also say that, okay? Now let's try to listen again on for the second one.
C. There are no charges on this account. except for the administration fee of €295.
So your?
One more.
Yeah, sure.
I say one more, please.
D.
Sure, okay, just for a while.
Except for the administration. C. There are no charges on this account except for the administration fee of €295.
There is no administration of this account except for something like that, right?
1.5.
So you can also say, so you're saying that I have to pay
4.5
or £295 if I want this account. Okay, so that is what he mean. Okay, next.
D.
Our usual interest rates are around 4 to 5%, unless you have an online account which pays 9%.
So online account is something like that. So that means
So that means
the best rates
best interest rates
you have
you can up to 9%
online. Yeah, so it was mentioned about online. So you can also say
online.
So that means that the best rates you have are all online. Okay, so that would be it. Okay, next.
E.
This is a fixed interest account.
This is a fixed interest account.
Yeah. So you are saying that the
interest
rate is fixed. It cannot change.
Fixed. Yes. Okay. Do you mean that, or you're saying that the interest rate can't be changed? Okay. Or you can also say, do you mean that the interest rate won't go up or down? Okay. So it's going to be won't go up or it's going to be go down, right? So you can also say that one. Okay, and okay, so that is how we are going to confirm the details. Okay, moving on now. So asking about the terms you don't understand. So we already now understand or understanding the details, right? So it's just only the details. So we want to understand the details. And after that, you need to confirm if you do understood the details, right? And after that now, you will going to ask again about the terms you don't understand, okay? Because sometimes, oh, I'm sorry, I cannot understand what you are saying. So can you please repeat it for me? So that is how you're going to say, right? Okay, but in here, it's different. Asking for clarification. So look at this extract. So underline the phrase Raymond uses to ask the bank clerk to explain a term he doesn't understand. So what do you think?
Yeah. What do you mean by penalty?
Yes, okay. So the correct one is, what do you mean by penalty? So, of course, sometimes person don't understand penalty, right? All we need to know is we invest some money because we wanted to
get interest.
The interest, right? So that's the reason why we invested money, right? But sometimes, oh, there's a penalty. My money, it's my money, it's your money. But they were going to ask you for a penalty,
Yeah.
right? So sometimes it's not good to hear that, right? That when you were going to, let's say, withdraw a certain amount, and they were going to have a penalty for that. Remember, that's your money, right? That's your
Yeah.
money. But okay, they were going to ask for a penalty. So, in order for you to ask clarification, you can ask everything, right? Oh, what do you mean by penalty? Okay, or what do you mean by an additional interest rates, right? Okay,
Yeah.
something like that. So, that is for asking for clarification. Okay, and
Yeah.
yes. Okay. So I guess it's already been time, and
Yeah.
so we'll see each other again by tomorrow, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
we still have another
Tomorrow.
session tomorrow. So it's going to be we have to go back to our old schedule, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Because you don't have any more duties during the night, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So thank you so much for your time, Anne. We'll see
Yeah.
you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Thank you for today lesson
Yes,
and
okay.
goodbye and have a good night.
Bye-bye. Have a good night too. Bye. Okay.